Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is SVT Pratt coming at you another Fortnite Save the World video. Today we'll be going over version 6.10 patch notes. And yes, some interesting patch notes have came out with this one. Let me go ahead and bring this over here real quick and we can jump right into it. Just to let you guys know, there will be no gameplay in this video. I'm just going to go over some patch notes, but stay tuned. I will be making a couple videos with the new Retrieve the Data missions. Let's go ahead and jump over to... Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right in here. First missions, power level restrictions. I glad they put this in here finally. I was tired of jumping missions, especially when I was going through the higher end Twine Peaks. I was jumping to missions where people taxi people up and it's a higher level missions, and I'm just trying to get the mission done. And here it is. I got a level 20 something odd person that is trying to trade with me in Twine Peaks mission. Like I'm not a big fan of trading. There's a lot of stuff in here. If you just play the game, you can get anything you want in it, pretty much. So I don't understand of all these trading and scams and all that stuff. But let's go ahead and read what it says here. Is power level restrictions. The minimum power rating on missions are now enforced depending on the privacy setting of your party. If your match is set to public, then the lowest power rating in your party, ignoring any other party boosts, will determine which missions are available and which are locked. Alright, that means if you go ahead and click on public, it's if you're power level 70, I think you get the 76. I don't think you get the 82, so forth and so forth. But if you put the match on private, you can, or friends only, you can go ahead and bring your buddies in that are lower power level than you are. If you just want to go ahead and play around, mess around in a mission that's higher level for them. And of course, you know, higher levels equals better rewards too. So that's a lot of people why people do that. And you get better materials. 5-star materials like Sunbeam and Bright Core and all that stuff. But this prevents low-level players from being brought into public high-level missions where they cannot contribute to fully to the group, while maintaining the ability for friends to play privately together in the high-level areas if they choose. I know I have a couple of friends on my playlist too that are a lot lower level than I am. But we have fun. We go back and just go into high level Twine Peaks and just mess around and have fun with it, you know? Try different builds and stuff like that. I mean, lower levels can't contribute to shooting enemies, but they can contribute to building and other means too, you know, clearing out the area. It's not just taking down husks. So, I mean, it's pick and choose, but I mean, I have fun all around. Let's see. Next one is all Plankerton missions now have a minimum personnel power rating requirement. Alright, and all the Storm Shield defense missions in Plankerton and above now have a minimum personnel power rating requirements. So you can see the little chart there, the power recommended ratings, the minimum power ratings, and then the minimum power rating for a group mission. So the group missions are the 4-player missions and stuff like that. So you can see the power level differences there. So if you're power level, you want to go power level 19 mission, the minimum you can be for a regular mission is 15, and then the group mission is still 15. What really changes is 23 and above, it looks like. So say a power level 23 mission in Plankerton, the minimum you can be is 15, but on a 4-player mission, minimum power rating you have to be is 19, because even though the mission is level 23, the 4-player makes the difficulty even more higher. So that's why they did that, up the requirements for it. Alright, so they rebalance reward points granted by missions relative to the average length and difficulty of the mission type. So, you know, if you go in there and do repair to shelter, that's a pretty easy mission. You go in there, find a couple of C-Bots friends there, and start the mission. It's relatively easy. But if you go into category 4, fight the storm, there's a lot of stuff involved you have to do. Building up defenses, setting up trap tunnels, so there's a lot more involved in that. So that's makes sense to me. You know, more involved and longer the mission is, harder it is, the better rewards you get. So perfect sense. All right, so the result in high-end level missions, treasure chests being harder to achieve in certain mission types, especially without bonus objectives. And to offset this, we increase the amount of rewards given per point, effectively increasing mission rewards for the majority of the mission types. Cool. Bug fixes. Portraits of Someone Special quest now uses the correct zone difficulty. Models that were intended to be invisible no longer appear in-game. That's awesome. Mega alerts now have a chance to include nature element modifier. I did not know that was not an issue, but fixed it an issue where some mission types had the rewards incorrectly limited, right? This history resulted in many optional mission objectives, increasing the treasure chest level displayed at the end of the mission without increasing the actual rewards granted to players. So you know you have your level chest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it wasn't any difference between 4 and 6. It's just the same type of rewards, and now they fixed that. Performance, selecting the defender for a defender pad no longer causes a hitch on the first attempt. A couple bug fixes there. Fixed crash caused by projectiles while loading into the zone, and fixed a crash in Xbox related to particle systems. Alright, so heroes. Bug fixes. Tail of the Dragon's trail is now visible, so if you have the ninja and you do the Dragon Slash, his tail is now visible because it leaves like an after effect on it. Adjust lefty and righty camera to be consistent with similar weapons. Hammer critical chance support squad bonus is now displayed correctly in weapon tooltips. Okay, that's awesome. Fixed an issue with cause players to get stuck while they're hit by a smasher or riot husk with bull rush. Yes, I had that. I was playing a constructor. If you do a bull rush, sometimes you hit the smasher or the new riot husks, and you just freeze there. You can't do much. So I'm glad they fixed that. Weapons and items. Here's the big thing. Rat King assault rifle added to the weekly store, which is cool. It's a new assault rifle, semi-automatic slug rifle that fires powerful rounds, effective at a mid-range rifle at a slow rate. Available Wednesday, October 17th at 8 p.m. And here's the big one, the Gravedigger, the scammer's dream. Everybody's scamming. All these scammers get scammed. All these trading low-level people. They wanted the Gravedigger. You know what? Epic's putting it out in the store and saying, you know what? If you want it, here it is. I mean, this, like I said, there's two folds on this. Like for me personally, I didn't really care about the Gravedigger. I did miss it the last season. Last year, I did not get it. I did play all the missions up to it, but I just never finished completed the last missions. I don't know what it was, but just couldn't get around to it at the time. The Gravedigger, it's an okay weapon. It's okay. I mean, there's plenty of weapons out there, but since it was so rare that all these people wanted it, now that people that did have it and craft it wanted it. So, I mean, it's not an exclusive weapon no more. I understand that people want it, but it takes away the exclusiveness to people that actually did earn it. So, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword for me. I go back and forth on it. But it's a spooky assault rifle that fires medium ammo, gains damage impact at the cost of accuracy and fire rate, and is also available in the store when the loot resets on October 17th. Big thing I like here is added do prevention for Mythic Lead Survivors. I don't know how many times I got duplicate Mythic Lead Survivors when I was trying to do my Survivor squads. It was kind of frustrating, but I mean now I'm maxed out, power level 125. I got my squads where they wanted to be at, so it's cool for you guys, but I mean I went through all the rest, so it doesn't really matter to me, but let's go ahead and read through it. When a llama rolls a Mythic Lead Survivor, it will select one that has not already present in your inventory or your collection book. So if you have it in your inventory, present in your inventory or in the collection book, you will not receive that Mythic Lead Survivor again. Alright, if you have all the Mythic Lead Survivors, then it will select one at random. Well, if you have all of them, I guess dupe prevention doesn't really matter anymore because you already have all of them. Makes sense. Note that a llama offers a choice between two Mythic Leads. It restricts the result to a specific type of lead, potentially resulting in a duplicate if you already have all Mythic Leads of the selected types, okay? And player jump hands no longer consume space in the armory. That's a big one for me. I didn't care, but I like the jump pads because I use them a lot within the game. But consuming ammo, space in the armory, it's just, I don't know. I didn't like it. I'm glad they took rid of it because armory space is definitely precious in this game. Here's a couple bug fixes too. Fix the following weapons that have the correct craft time: Hacksaw, Lynx, Gravedigger, Ground Pounder, Whisper, 45, Silent Spectre, Quad Launcher. Alright, so there's a couple of them that had wrong craft times on it. And then Lead Sled no longer stops attacking when the button is held. Alright, let's go back down to gameplay. Alright, we introduced a new type of mission alert, Beta Storms. And I spoke a little bit at the beginning of this video on it. A beta storm is now an avenue for testing all kinds of new content. This gives us a chance to see what you're thinking of the new content and experimental ideas. That's cool. So they actually gave you certain things you can actually go out and try out and use in its beta form, which I'm all for. Beta storms are a limited time mission alert. They only stick around for a week or two and then they're gone. So I guess it's every other week, maybe every 2 weeks. They can go ahead and change it up. Let's see. The next one is this week we're introduced in the Retrieve the Data beta storm, along with the quest line with escalating rewards to try out the beta storm. Yes, I'll show you the quest line here in a minute. This new version of the Retrieve the Data, you're under pressure as a storm closes in on the balloon's landing spot. The storm will cause damage to you and force a combat into a smaller area when defending the data. The mission is 20 minutes long, and the only way to get the maximum rewards is to shoot it down the balloon as soon as allowed, which is at 8-minute mark. So they took elements from the Battle Royale side and implemented it into the Save the World. So, you know, I don't know if you guys play Battle Royale, but you jump in, you get 100 players, and the storm keeps on shrinking. It sort of forces everybody into like a center point, so it keeps the game interesting, the conflict going. It's pretty much doing the same thing in here. I know you guys probably witnessed it if you haven't played the Challenge at Horde mode. You had the shrinking storms as well. If you're standing outside, it slowly takes down your health until you're dead. So they just put that in regular missions now. So it's nothing really new in the game, but it's just kind of cool they put it into the mission. And this beta storm ends when the 6.20 update arrives. So try it out while it's available. So that's probably going to be in about 2 weeks. Some bug fixes. Player character models no longer remain in-game after leaving the mission while in the down state. Cool. Players no longer lose the ability to use heavy melee or other abilities after respawning. That was a big thing for me. I know I played a couple missions where I died. Someone came over, revived me. I got back up, and I couldn't use any of my abilities whatsoever. I couldn't throw up a turret. I couldn't do anything. I could shoot things, but it took the game a couple minutes to realize that I was, when I don't know, reset itself, that I was actually revived, and I can use them again. Fixed leap attack on the Walloper. Not focus on the Riot Husks. Yeah, I had a big thing with the Riot Husks, the new Husks. Of course, when they implement a new enemy in the game, those are going to have some bugs and quirks to it. I know they weren't setting off traps, which is the next one too. Actually, it says it out there. Riot Husks now trigger traps correctly, which is good. And the Walloper did not target them, so glad they got that worked out. Next one is ammo resource collection audio cues no longer play when collecting fragment shards or using certain abilities. Cool. Fixed tactical and sport hero squad perks being incorrectly applied to defenders. I didn't really pay too much attention to that, but then we have some UI and audio fixes, which is they're no longer mission, gamepad button prompts for some controller configurations, and tutorial announcement of the first Storm Shield defense. Collection book context menu no longer closes prematurely on consoles. Unopened card pack counter and correct packs on the UI, okay, and so this adds some audio stuff into there. So the big thing is a couple new weapons, got some cool new missions, and yeah, so let's go ahead and stay tuned for in here in a little bit. I go ahead and put some new videos out, the new gameplay of the new missions, and hopefully tomorrow we go ahead and get the Gravedigger. I'll show you the Gravedigger and the new, what is this called? What is the weapon at? Weapons, the new Rat King assault rifle. There it is. Alright guys, so if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and check out some other videos I put out here recently. But I've been installing a lot of cool things and do some neat stuff with Fortnite Save the World. So if you're liking that stuff, go ahead, click subscribe. Until next time, see you guys.